I'm Jose.
I'm Leanne.
And we are Two Most Wanted. Oh, why won't I stop sweating?
Okay, and I can officially hear things now, so we're good.
I love that. Not us having technical issues. I love it.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat. Welcome. Happy Pride. It's no longer Pride, but it is Pride here in this household.
Every day.
It is. Well, we do have a guest. It's weird to introduce someone that I know
Your friend.
as if I don't know them.
Right.
So reveal yourself, guest. I'm kidding.
Oh my god, no, I'm not. You have to introduce me. I can't introduce myself.
Well, no, yeah, okay. So this is my friend Panita, and we've known each other for a while. And God, there's so much to unpack in terms of our friendship. So a little backstory. God, I'm really sweating. I cannot. I'm sure it's fine. You guys don't see it.
Our friendship make you nervous?
It does. Well, it did at the beginning. Because
Tell us about the beginning. Where'd you guys?
Okay, so very quick. We met through a friend, and we all worked in film. And I remember being very intimidated by you. Like I was just like, oh yeah, she doesn't like me. She's mean. She's a little mean person.
If it makes you feel okay, but also like if it makes you feel any better, if you ask like 90% of people who are like now my like best friends or whatever, they will all tell you the exact same thing. They will all like if they were like, please like introduce like how you met Panita, they will all be like, well, at first she was like really intimidating.
Yeah.
And we thought that she hated me. And I was just like, I don't know.
I get the same thing.
yeah.
I get the same thing. I thought you were gonna be a bitch, but then you were, and I'm like, why?
Exactly.
Why? I think
Exactly.
it's just good resting bitch face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so for the longest time I would see you at friend functions and we wouldn't exchange words. We exchanged glances and I was like, all right, she doesn't like me. That's fine. And then
I just did not know you.
But no, the crazier thing was there was the instance where, so you were the one who first said hello. And I will never forget, we were at a friend's birthday. We were at a bowling alley, our friend Franny. And I think we both arrived late, but I arrived first. And I was saying hello to everyone. And here you are, and you're walking towards me and you're saying hello. And I literally turned around to be like, oh, she's not talking to me. So she must be, who is she talking to? And then I realized there's no one behind me. Oh, she's saying hello to me. And I'm like, why is she saying hello to me? She doesn't like me.
You decided this in your head.
In 5 seconds. In the entire exchange of her walking over to say hello.
I wonder how often people do that and avoid making friends.
So yeah, I made up that entire, I guess, scenario in my head as she was walking towards me. But it is weird to have that thought. But that's essentially that's the memory that I have of us meeting for the first time.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's my
okay,
memory.
My memory is completely a different
Oh God, was I being a
time
bitch?
and place.
Really?
Like,
What was
you
yours?
were a cunt.
Dude, it
Not
was,
surprising.
okay, wait. It was July 14th.
Oh shit, she got a date.
Wow. Okay,
All right.
receipts.
Damn. All
The
right,
only
goodbye.
reason I know this is because that was when our other friends got engaged.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay.
Sharon and Pierre.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure if we like could
Totally name drop.
name names. But yeah,
And name drop their kid. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
no, I remember because it was on the 14th of July, which is like the French like 4th of July essentially.
Oh, okay.
And we all went out for like a dinner, I think, after in Jersey. And then you showed up with Leia. And we were sitting like at the edge of this like big table with a bunch of Frenchies. And then we just kind of like started chatting because we were like sitting at the end of the table.
Yes, I
And
still
to
thought you
me-
hated me when you spoke to me, but yes.
And to me, that was actually the first time that we met. But I realized that it wasn't.
Well, was it? Yeah. Well,
I think it was like the first time that we actually like had a conversation. Like,
Yes.
because like here's the thing, like I might sound like a bitch saying this, but
you're in the right company, so don't you worry.
it's just
Be
like sometimes sometimes like you go to a party or like whatever, and like you just kind of like chit chat with people, but like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just like don't have maybe like the brain capacity to like remember them after that if like you
Literally
don't run
me.
into that, like or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like we've been at the same parties where like I'm like, oh, like I guess we had met before, but we never like had like a conversation that I felt like, oh, like my brain like actually like saved this.
Like registered it, yeah.
Exactly. So like that the first time that I feel like we like actually like had a conversation that like my brain was like, oh, this is worth saving. This person is like worth remembering.
Yes, we talked about that.
Be friends with this person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
That the first? That was the first time.
Yeah.
We said that one of the other past episodes of like that's how my brain works too. Like it has to. You have to leave an imprint for me to remember you because otherwise,
Right.
my brain won't.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It has to be like good or bad, but it can't. If it's just like chill, you might not. It might not
may
make
not work out.
a mark.
Yeah. But so yes, I do remember that we would be in the same environment and but the bowling alley, that was the one that turned
Yeah.
on. I was
You
like,
become
oh, she
friends
said
through
hello.
Friends, and this was how many years ago?
Oh shit. Wrong person to ask how many years ago.
Your time blindness. I
Yeah.
can't.
But this
I
this
feel like it was like
maybe
four,
five. It had to be five.
five. Yeah, four,
five.
five, four.
10, 15?
4 to 5.
So Jose, you're single at the time.
I've been single
And you're
forever.
and these are just friends that are like work friends.
Yeah, so we
social
had
friends.
we had
no daily
one
interest friends.
No, not for me at least.
And you, Panita, you were single at the time.
No, I was married, living in Jersey. That's why we were like, and we were shooting in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's why
We're married. No longer. No longer
I am
married.
no longer married.
Right. How old were you when you got married? I ask everyone this because I have such a fear of
He
getting
loves
married.
age.
I just have you know how there's like a thing online. It's like women fear elderly marriage or something like that.
Elderly marriage?
That's not the wording. It's women fear like late marriage or never getting married. I'm like, I fear early. Like in my entire 20s, I was like, oh my God, I hope no one wants to marry me or knock me up.
No one should get married. I mean, granted, you got married when you were
Fear of
young.
young commitment.
No,
that
I
I'm
mean,
now
yeah.
way past.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually like feel like most people that I know that got married like around the same like age that I did, like a young, like, you know,
How old were you?
relatively young marriage. I was, oh Jesus, I think I was 27.
Which a lot of people feel like that is a normal,
Right.
in most places, not New York. That's
Yeah.
a normal age.
I feel like for me, like anything in your 20s, like is like kind of considered a young marriage because like I just read this recently that like somebody was saying that like, oh, like 20 is when you kind of like start your adult years. So like 21 would be as if you're like 1 years old in like adult years and
Right.
so on.
No, that makes
So
sense.
like
That
does make
27 actually feels like it's like not that like it's still young
Yeah.
Yeah.
considerably.
Oh, for sure.
But I think like in my case, I met my ex when I was like 21. So like
So you're a baby.
I was
to
like
me.
a
Yeah.
baby.
You're 1
Yeah.
year old. though.
Right,
Yes,
right. That's
I
how
was 1
That's
years
how I think
old.
of it. And like in New York, it seems to be very normal to have a later in life marriage.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for women
New York?
In New York specifically.
Interesting.
Like there's I think it was on Sex and the City that they had a joke that it was like if you're married in New York before 40, you're like a child bride.
What?
Because we're career driven here and we don't think about
Oh,
marriage
that
and
makes
family
sense.
until later in life. That's
Yeah.
what we're here. Now if you go like most other places in the country, they're like married with kids at 25 and 30 and like
Right.
have a whole full family.
Like by 40, they have like grandkids.
Yeah,
Which is
that's totally
crazy.
normal. Like I have friends
Yeah.
in Missouri who were grandparents by the time they were like 32. They had a kid like at high school, and like
I feel like the math is like not math. I'm like trying to
know.
math it and I'm like, wait.
one of my friends, she's only a year older than me. Her daughter just graduated college.
Get out.
No, I'm sorry, graduated. No, she's in college. In college.
Still,
So like
get
teenage
out.
pregnancy, normal in other parts of the country.
Well, okay.
It was a great fear of mine.
It's so. Oh, I can't give all the details. But this person that I know, young, maybe 1 years old, not literally, but like adult
Yeah.
1 years old, and long story short, they're going to keep the baby, and they don't have. I don't think my observation wise, I don't think they have the parameters to do this, but they're doing it. I'm like, wait, why? You're one, like you said, they're one.
One.
Like, don't keep it. You can't. A baby can't
Yeah.
have another baby. But
they do all the time.
But there's also
Yeah.
going kind of piggybacking off of what you said of like there's this almost not expectation, but I guess an old school expectation of
Right.
having kids at a very young age. But I don't understand that because how financially like you're one
Yeah, first of all.
and you have to take care of this person
I don't
forever.
know. I feel like I've just been really irresponsible because even at 40, like if I were to have a kid now, I still don't know how I would take care of them. I'm like, I'm still learning how to take care of myself.
I just got a savings account. How the fuck am I going to pay for a baby?
I'm still every day. I'm still like, I can't believe I'm in charge of me.
No.
So I can't imagine.
Do you want kids?
No.
Good for you.
I like, no, but like, like all my life and like also like maybe like just growing up in Asia as well, like, I feel like at least in Asia, it feels more like conventional, like, oh yeah, like if you get married, you should have like a family, etc. Like, I feel like maybe that's changing now, but at least like, like my parents' age would definitely be like, oh, like, so like baby. And I'm just like, and growing up, everyone was always like, well, like you'll change your mind. Obviously, because I had always been like that girl that was like, I have zero interest in this. I don't think I'll ever change my mind.
That's so liberating that you always knew that you didn't
No,
want a
but
kid.
like when I did turn 30, I did have like kind of that like thought of like, oh, like, okay, like, if I'm just like not just saying no for the sake of saying no and like entertain this thought for a second, like, do I actually want this? And then my friends started having babies. And then that only confirmed what I thought, which was that I really, like, I love my friends' kids because they're my friends' kids. And like, I like don't mind hanging out with them for like, even yesterday, I like saw one of my best friend's kids and like had a really great time with her daughter, like truly.
Yeah.
But like, I can't do that every day. And I like realize I really don't want that for myself at all.
Yeah.
I love my friends' kids.
Yeah.
I love coming home to quiet.
Yeah. And like
Jose wants a kid.
Oh, I do. It's funny because this past weekend I went to Jersey and I went to Crystal's place and because they had a 4th of July thing. And one of her childhood best friends has 2 kids and just had her second kid. And they're playing by the pool. And it's so funny to me because Chris and I are standing side by side staring at the children playing at the pool. And they're toddlers. Like the youngest one is maybe a couple weeks, maybe months.
Oh my gosh.
The other one is, I want to say 4 or 5.
Okay.
Still relatively young. And they're playing by the pool with their uncle. And Crystal asked me, so what do you see there? Like, do you want that? And I was like, yeah, I kind of do. Like, I know it's sick. Like, put me in a jail cell.
You're normal,
but I do. And I asked her, like, what do you think? She's like, like, literally just a grunt.
Just like, no.
No. So like but like you and like you, like she loves her friends' kids.
Yeah.
But she doesn't
I was
want
the
that.
opposite of you though, Panita, where I grew up thinking when I have kids, when I get married, when I have kids, when it was only like a couple of years ago that I was like, shit, I never asked myself. And my therapist and I both had this realization of like, did I ever have a conversation with myself?
Right.
No.
Do I actually want this, or have I just been raped? My mom is Dominican. My family has had kids since the
dawn of time.
Since the dawn of time, my cousins had kids pretty young. And it's just like a thing you do in Latin families. You just have a lot of kids. You know?
There's no question. You don't ask questions about it. You just do
Latin women
it.
are just supposed to be great mothers, And I'm like, I don't doubt that I would be a great mother. I think that I would give motherhood my whole everything, and I would and it would leave nothing else.
Yeah,
I
that
would
makes sense.
just be a good mother and have no capacity for anything else. I can only do like one great thing.
Like tie your shoes.
Right. I can only
Put on
focus
socks.
on one thing.
Yeah.
And I would put it all into that tiny human
Well,
and leave nothing for my partner or myself.
Well, it's funny because I mean, it's the same conversation you hear with parents all the time of like how much less time they have because they're dedicating it to these kids, and that's the part that I agree with everyone. Like I don't have the capacity right now. Like I want to be selfish. I want to do the things. I want to travel because I know once a kid, fuck, a plant comes into the picture. I'm like, I can't leave my plant. Who's going to water my plant?
I always have at least one plant that's dying, if not two.
I have one. Her name is Lily, and she constantly gives me a headache, and I love her, but I have to bring her back to life every time, and I'm constantly
Is she a
worried.
peace lily? Is
Yes.
Lily? Yes.
Don't tell her
Oh
that.
my god.
Peace lilies
Oh
are
my
cunt.
god.
There's no peace, just Lily.
Yeah.
I call her cunt
Lily's a
Lily.
bitch.
I came back from California and I had gone for like 5 days, but it was like when there was a heat wave.
Ah, heat waves.
And when I came back,
Plant
my peace lily was like,
Yeah.
It was a thirsty hoe.
She was
Yes.
she was sprawled all over by the window. I'm like, you dramatic bitch. Like,
Yeah.
just
and
need
then
water.
you water her, and then she comes back to life magically.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, she is just being a dramatic bitch.
Yeah. Dramatic bitch. I love you. You're a dramatic
But
bitch.
I do like that if you have a kid that you would be an older or considered an older parent. First of all, as a man, you do have that luxury.
I do.
I love that for
Unfortunately.
men because if I was a man, I wouldn't even think about having kids before 40 because why?
For why?
For what?
Yeah.
No, yeah,
True.
that's true
You
actually.
know? And if you are financially stable enough and you know your knees are cracking and you don't want to run around the playground and chase your kid, you can hire a
Hire a nanny.
babysitter to do it for you, an au
Period.
pair, if you will.
Period.
Like a lot of New Yorkers.
Was this something that being that you got married so young, was that ever a conversation about having kids? Being that you knew from the bat that you didn't want any?
Yes, I mean, like I, like try to tell everyone, and I'm pretty like honest and direct about it. I'm just like, hey, like I don't think I ever want to have kids. Like obviously, my mind might change. Like like never say. I have grown from like my teenage self that was saying like never in my life,
Yeah.
and now especially at my age, I'm 33.
Girl, same.
think.
It's the point where you have to ask
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
I have to ask
Like
Google.
it's like yeah, like I. Like biologically, yes, I also have to like keep that in mind of like, okay,
This
like
is the window.
This is the window, exactly.
Right.
And like, so I'm, trying to keep an open mind and be like, okay, like maybe I will change my mind, but so far, I have not changed my mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like in my last, like relationship in my marriage, like, yeah, it was just kind of like a no, but then like. It was like I don't know how to explain this. It was like a weird thing where like he knew that I was younger and he wasn't even that much older than me. Mm-hmm. But he was like, oh, like, I guess like in some ways he was like so insecure, but he would like kind of put it on me almost of like, but what if you change your mind? And I'm like, okay, but like, do you want a kid and you're just like projecting it on me because like you don't, like you're scared and then you don't want to have a kid. Like I'm confused because like I've just been saying no this whole time, not interested. And then he's like, oh, like, but I don't want to have kids. But then what if you change your mind? And I'm like, what if
So it's almost like a weird gaslighting. Like I don't want
yeah.
kids, but if you want, but I'm like, I just said no.
Right.
So
But what if literally anything?
yeah, what if I punch you in the face?
anything? So,
Yeah.
But that actually,
Yeah.
like, even in my, like, I don't think that's, like, just about, like, my ex. I think, like, every relationship I get into, like, that's been, like, a thing where, like, the person is like, but what if...
are you sure?
I'm just like,
Interesting.
I don't know. I guess, like, if you thought in those terms of, like, what if all the time, like,
Yeah.
yes, anything could happen.
Anything
then,
could happen. A baby could fall
like-
out of the sky, and you could be like, well, it's mine now, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I don't understand when people, like, use that as, like,
That is weird.
You know what I
It's
mean?
something I consider that, like you said, fall out of the sky. Not that a kid will actually fall out of the sky.
You never know in this
But-
day and age.
in this economy.
Yeah.
Like,
Could fall
but
out
I
of the-
do think if I was more financially stable and had the space, if there was a situation to come up where I knew like a kid that needed a home. I don't know that I would. Me and my rescue animal
I was gonna
self.
say.
Me and my rescue cat self.
That's you.
There's that part of my heart and brain that would be like, yeah, maybe, like if I had a more stable lifestyle, if I wasn't traveling a lot, if I wasn't working as much in smut like I am, if I was
You need a
just
personal
more
assistant. Put that kid to work.
home-based, right? I would take, but that's the other thing is that if I did do an adoption type of thing, I could not do a baby or toddler. I'd have to do someone that could
yeah.
handle themselves to an extent. It would be
Kind of like
very much, it would be like a rescue situation.
Yeah.
It would be like, look, this kid is practically grown, but they need like a home and a little guidance. And I'd be like,
But I feel-
sure, I do that to my friends all the time.
I've heard that that's very common in orphanages
Yeah.
where kids unfortunately aren't of that adoptable age. Adoptable meaning the younger the better, kind of like a pet in a
Sure.
way.
Yes.
Weird parallel. Don't quote me on it.
You're like, this sounds terrible. But
Yeah,
yes,
but
children,
yes,
sort
children.
of like pets.
Sort of like pets, equally as expensive.
Yeah, like they want to get the 2-year-old and not the 16-year-old.
Right. So there's a lot of
thrive
them.
with a pain in the ass teenager where I would fail with a toddler.
Well, you heard it
I
here
don't
first.
want to
Any kids who
chase
want
a
to.
toddler, but like a kid that's like going to sneak out of the house and do drugs, I'd be like, fine, just don't take my car.
Interesting. See, I
You're gonna
would.
do dumb shit because I did dumb shit. So I know what you're doing, but I want you to have a home to come back to and someone to call when you get in trouble.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot for me. I'm
I'm a realist. I'm like, these kids are gonna do fuck shit, and I know because I did fuck shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Did
disillusioned.
you do
by
fuck
them.
shit?
Listen. No, I feel like, yeah, like when I was a, teenager, I feel like we definitely,
You do
like,
dumb
I feel
shit.
like, yeah, exactly. But then I'm like, I feel like, yeah.
And parents always like become these people who forget that they did dumb shit. Like I definitely have friends who
Right.
are parents now that are like protecting their kids from the weirdest things. And I'm like, you know that when we were that age, the shit we were like, my friends will look at me dead in my face and talk to me about not letting their kids watch certain shows. And I'm like, you were doing coke off the floor though at this
Yeah,
age.
like
And I
if
remember
they
it
want
like it
to,
was yesterday.
they will. They'll find a way to do
know what
it.
I'm
So it's
saying?
like, at least if you know like what they're doing, it's
Right.
like safer in some ways because they will find a way to do
Like,
it
give
no
me
matter
his
what.
rap sheet. Let me see what he's up to. Let me
That's a
see
good
if I can
point.
handle this.
Yeah.
Instead of like a toddler that's going to be a fucking pain in the ass and not let me sleep. And
That you have to
also
raise.
End up being a kid that does fuck shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, when you paint it that way, that makes sense.
Like, I want the kid that comes with a whole file resume so I know exactly what I'd be signing up for and if I can
Mm-hmm.
handle it or not.
All the credentials.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So wait, so you got married at how old were you when you got married? 27?
I want to say 27.
27,
Yeah.
not wanting kids. And he, I guess, didn't want kids either, but maybe he did. What if?
Yeah, like it was like a weird
playing a
thing
weird
where,
what if
yeah,
game.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So even then, how long were you guys married for?
We were married for like 2-3 years. I feel like my math.
But
is,
you
like,
guys
so
had
off.
been together before you got married, right?
Yeah, yeah.
For
So
a while,
like I
since
met him when I
21.
was
Yeah.
21. I had like that. Like we started dating. It wasn't
Yeah.
like, oh, like I knew him, but like we weren't like dating. Like I met him and then we were like dating.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're how old when you get divorced?
I feel like
30-ish?
yeah, like the year
we're
that my
early 30.
divorce was like finalized was when I was like 30 something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how was dating after divorce? Because you're with that one person for a long time. Did you have a hoe phase?
I definitely had like a feral summer.
Yay.
Jose knows about this because he was there for me while I was like in my like manic feral summer.
Yes, very
that.
true.
But like also,
that.
hey, listen, like like again, I met this person when I was 21
yeah.
and I like felt like I had to like catch up on like my like
Absolutely.
20s and like my prime years or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it was a fun summer. It was completely reckless. I actually like had to like come to terms with like all the reckless stuff that I did actually because like when I did pause and stop and like thought about what I actually did, it was very dangerous. Like I could have died so many times.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I was like drunk like every day basically.
Yeah.
I was just like taking a series of like power naps almost. Like I just like didn't sleep for like I want to say like 3 months or something.
You're in like party.
I
girl
was
mode.
just like, yes, like in party mode. Like I don't even know how I worked because I worked and I like I think I did a pretty good job weirdly. So I think it was just that like overdrive, like my brain and like my body was just in this like I had so much
It's almost
energy
like a
weirdly.
autopilot too.
Yeah, exactly. And then when that all finally like crashed down, like I was like, oh my gosh, like I put myself in such terrible situations that it actually like scared myself a little
But
bit,
to
and I
give,
felt
like-
very guilty.
To give better context, like, so, okay, so you meet him at 21. You guys have this whole, obviously, relationship. You get married at 27. You guys are full blown in marriage. What leads to that divorce? Because obviously stuff like that doesn't happen overnight, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's, I don't know. I feel like we had like a pretty, like, it wasn't like one like thing, like nobody cheated, like nobody did anything that was like
Right.
crazy. It just kind of like, I think for my part at least, it was like I started to realize that like this person, especially I think during COVID, that like maybe this
Fucking
person
COVID, man. Yes.
was just like when I, you know, like, and I still to this day like admire this person. Like I think my ex is like a very smart person.
Yeah.
And like I just, you know, like my whole relationship with him, I felt like I wanted to like impress him because I respected him, I admired him a lot. But then I became an adult myself. And then I realized that maybe I just like changed as a person, and like maybe I like the idea, and I still do actually like the idea of like marriage and the idea of like my own family, even if that means like no kids, but like
Right.
my partner, like maybe like a dog or something.
Sure.
You know, like I do like the idea of like being in like a family unit. That makes me like really happy because like my family is also really far. Like they live in Thailand and like friends, but like mostly in Thailand. So like, you know, I really wanted that for myself, but maybe I just like the idea of that more than like the person that I was with, I realized at the end of the day. And
Do you feel at some point certain things just didn't align between the two of you? Kind of moving forward that, okay, maybe we're just not seeing things the same way like we did a couple years ago.
yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like we also have like very like fiery, and I always thought that I was not like very like an alpha type personality.
Really?
I know. And then everyone's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like it took me a while to like accept that, like, oh yeah, like maybe I do actually have like a kind of like alpha personality, and he definitely did as well. And like it just like clashes a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like clashed a lot. Yeah. And then like I even was my friend told me this, and like it's like, you know, a friend in common, actually two friends in common have like told us this, that they were like, because we're both with other people now, and like we're really happy. I'm happy for him. Like I'm happy like where I am with my relationship right now. And like she, or like both our friends were like, oh, like we're so glad that you have found like your respective people that like actually balance you guys out and like bring the best of each other out. Because like me and my ex, I felt like we got to a point where we were like bringing out like such the worst
Yeah.
in each other. Like, cause like in some ways, like we were also like similar, and like in our like good traits and bad traits. So I feel like when it did end up in like fights and stuff, like just like our bad traits like just fed off each other.
And they
whereas
also
like
cancel each other out in a way of finding a solution if both of you.
exactly, it's like
Yeah.
it just like, you know, like there's no like
Yeah,
like
that's how you know
like,
there's an expiration date, if it's like you're bringing out the worst in each other and it's just a constant back and forth of like,
Exactly.
and then you lose yourself in it essentially.
So so at some point you said that COVID was a turning point in your relationship.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think, you know, like, just the whole, like, you have to spend a lot of time together because we were, like, quarantining, as you all remember.
Yes.
Too well.
And, like,
exactly. Thank you.
I feel like COVID was also, like, around the time when, like, politically there was, like, a lot happening. And then it became clear to me that, like, I don't think that we were aligned on a lot of, like, core, like,
Yeah.
you know, issues.
That'll do it these days. That's it.
And
That'll
that was the beginning, I think, of like I was like, wait, did I really marry this person who like who has these opinions about like these things?
Yeah.
And I was actually like, that was when I think, you know, as I mentioned, like I started to realize that maybe I was more in love with the idea of this person more than like this actual person.
But you also met him very young. Like I
Right,
think
like I was like, it's almost like I was like blinded by like, oh yeah, like this guy, like he was like so smart and like, you know, like had all his shit together and like he had just bought his house, you know, like he like
he's clearly financially stable enough.
right,
to make the
exactly,
choice.
like he
have
was
been down this
stable,
road.
like
I have been down
you know,
this road.
exactly, like
Oh my god, yeah, you have.
he was so interesting to talk to, like he was so knowledgeable. He's a huge like history geek, so like it's just like, you know, interesting to like talk to him and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
share, like, you know, I like, you know, I love art, I love history, I love culture, I love like travel, etc. And like
Yeah.
he had like he knew a lot of like things, and he was like passionate about like exactly.
Right.
So like
He's fun at parties.
You know,
he sounds like he's fun at parties.
actually,
Fun to talk
funnily
to.
enough, I don't think he's
or not
fun
fun
at parties,
like
but
interesting to talk to because he knows a lot.
yes, I think a lot of people are impressed by him because like he knows a lot, but we can get back to it. But I don't. Yeah,
But there were
He
little.
reads
There were
books,
little.
Leanne.
He reads. Done. There was little things that you noticed when you were like starting to distance yourself.
right, exactly. And I think like maybe another thing that kind of signaled that something was wrong. Well, one, I like got bangs, and I feel like that was like maybe like some like subconscious flag that was like telling me that like
It's such a girl.
I don't
thing.
yeah, like I don't know.
The feminine urge to get bangs when your life is changing.
Yes.
What
You
is?
are
Can
evolving.
someone
I don't
explain
know, and
this
I'm
to
going
me?
through this right now where I want my curtain bangs
Oh,
back.
you.
Because I just feel, I don't know, there's changes. Maybe it's perimenopause. Maybe it's
You can't
nicotine.
blame
I don't
everything
know
on
what it is.
perimenopause,
Yes, I can, and I
Leanne.
will. Yes, I can. It's a gift. It was a birthday gift.
Yeah.
Now I,
I don't
want
know.
bangs, and I'm like, oh my god, stop.
But I
I'm
hear this
single.
so often, and it's always with hair. It's never like maybe I'll get a tattoo. Not me, but someone will
Growth,
say,
and then we want change.
yeah. But it's
maybe
always
change.
Or
when we
maybe
feel
also
changed.
exactly, it was like maybe I felt like I couldn't because I had just gotten married, so I was like, oh, like
I'm gonna get
I
bangs.
want, but I want to change something, and I don't know how to change it.
Interesting.
And so I like took it out on my hair. Worst decision ever, by
Search
the
for
way. Like
control, maybe?
I remember because like my friend cuts my hair,
Oh,
and I
wait.
immediately
I have a picture that I would
regretted it.
love to insert with you in bangs.
Oh my god!
I don't know if I will. I don't know.
Why don't you like? You didn't like them at all. I could see
They
you
look
with bangs.
cute.
I
I have.
Probably look
I
so
was
cute.
like, fuck it, and we were in COVID, so I was like, fuck it, like I'm gonna do it, and like
Ooh, bangs and COVID is a different. That's a
the
whole different.
It's
second,
different.
That's a whole
the
different side.
second she like started like you know
Yeah.
actually like cutting it, I remember being in the salon and being like, oh my god,
Like instant regret.
instant regret.
Have you ever been crazy enough to cut your own bangs?
No,
Oh, I've been that crazy.
Yeah.
Like more than once.
Yeah.
That's-
Where I was just like, fuck it, and just took like my long
Oh my
hair
gosh.
and I did it really well each time. I'm great at cutting my own bangs, but like, what? Who does that? Like, I don't know hairstylists.
I know.
Like, I can't just go to a hairstylist. That's not even an
That's
expensive
intense.
cut. Like, why did I do it? I was like, 2 a.m. Like,
Nothing happens. Nothing good happens at 2 in the morning.
More like watching TV and be like, you know what I want? Bangs. And
Bangs.
just
Said
doing
no one
that.
ever. Said no one ever.
I'm telling you, unhinged women do it, and I was so unhinged.
I'm fascinated by that. So okay, so that was a sign for you. It was like I got
think
bangs.
that was like a
shit's
sign,
going
but like
south.
I think it was like very buried in my subconscious.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like connect it at that time. But I think the other thing that I like with time, like after, you know, processing it, I realized that like this was something that I was doing subconsciously. And it was the fact that I realized that I like never wanted to go home. Or like, you know, like sometimes I would go home, but like a lot of times I would like find myself like wrapping a shoot, for example, and then like asking everyone around me, like, hey, do you want to like grab a drink? And like,
Yeah.
I just
Hang
like
out.
was like trying, like, it felt like I was like
It was just
delaying,
avoidance.
yeah, like
Yeah.
avoiding going home or like I didn't want to go home.
Yeah. Because
And-
it was, I'm assuming, I mean, you'll clarify in a second, but I can only assume, because I've been in that situation on a very light scale, obviously not married, but I know what it's like when it's so uncomfortable at home that you just don't want to be there. You want to spend as less time possible in that space
Yeah.
because it doesn't give you that space that you need or that comfort. So you find it in other
Yeah,
ways.
like
and
I
missing
just
out.
felt like I was just like uncomfortable going home and like going back to the whole thing about like when I was kind of like
getting bangs?
When I laughed at you when you said that, like, oh, like, because he like knows so much stuff, like he must be really interesting to talk to at parties. Actually, another thing that I realized was that like none of my friends like and him like got along, like, or very little amount of my friends and him like got along, and then it just started. It started becoming like a thing where it was almost like I was like, why?
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost like you didn't even realize that was happening.
No, like I could see that it was happening, but I was like,
oh, but why?
Yeah, because like, like, and I thought back to like my other relationships, like before him, and like I had always had really great relationships with all of my exes, like friends, and like we would all hang out.
Yeah.
And to me, that felt like healthy. Like, obviously, I don't have to be like best friends with like my partner's best friend.
Sure, we want to get along for sure.
But yeah, like, and like, I just felt like with him, like, it was always so awkward. Like, he would say like some stuff that would like make people really uncomfortable, or like.
I figured it's because it was just the way that he potentially must have been raised. Like, so I've been around, like being around you, you're a very blunt person and you will say what you feel.
Ooh, what's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, I love her.
But I'm also like, you know, I lived in France for 10 years. So
she's very
formative years.
Very Parisian in that way.
So the whole like directness is
which is
probably
what I love though. It's so to me it felt normal. Like I if anything, I invite it, right? So then when I met him, he was kind of cut of the same cloth, but like you just said a moment ago, there's some times where he says something that is too real. And I'm just like, oh, that's a hot take. We just met.
Yeah.
But I figured that's just the way that he just is. So I just, for me, I took it as at face value. I'm like, all right, well, I won't have that conversation with you ever again, but I'll move on. But also, I'm the new kid.
Right.
You know, at the time, I was a new one in the setting when it came to our friend's setting. So also, as a new kid in school, you're not picking fights. You're keeping low profile.
Yeah.
But it's
Scoping
interesting to hear that other people had almost not the same notion, but something similar.
I just feel like, I don't know, like it always seemed like he had something to prove, or like he wanted to like, you know, like,
was he,
like,
is he like
prove
a,
that his,
like a one-upper?
yeah, like almost,
conversation?
yeah.
It's like, oh, you went to this place? Well, I
Built
And you know, like again, like being like, or like being raised in France, like we welcome and love the spirit of like debate. You know, like I like love having conversations where like we disagree or whatever, and then it can get passionate, and that's cool. But then with him, I realized that like you would get passionate just kind of like rebutting, and then he would get like just like being like, oh, like either he would just dismiss you completely, and it's like very obvious that he's
rude.
dismissing you.
Yeah.
Or like in my case, he would be like, why are you attacking me? We're just having a conversation. And I'm just like,
yeah,
you just were passionately like explaining your point, and then when I do it back, but it doesn't like agree with what you're saying, like you're now saying that I'm just being aggressive.
Oh yeah,
like,
I've been in that situation. They're like, it's your tone, and I'm like, I am monotone, sir. It is not my tone. I
have
the
no
same
tone.
all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you're just being petty.
So like, yeah, I just felt like a lot of times, like I just like that was when I felt like I just couldn't say what I thought anymore, because he would just be like, why are you picking a fight with me? Or like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?
God,
why are
I've
you the
been
way
there.
that
There's
you
a
are?
consistency of like being defensive in your own home on top
I have
of
been
that.
there.
Right,
You're walking on
exactly.
eggshells in your own home, and you're like, I refuse to do this in my own home.
Yeah, I think we all have been. I mean, you just said you were,
Yeah.
you have, I certainly have.
yeah, I've
and
been in that
That's
relationship.
the worst. I think
Yeah.
that's the worst place to be or to have in your home. Like, it's one thing to have in the workplace. You can quit a job. You can't quit your home. Where are you going to live
Right.
under a bridge? Where are you going to go?
I have a friend who said that she struggles to have her sense of humor, which is similar to our dark humor, in front of her partner. And she's like, I will have my dark humor at home. If you don't like it, like leave. I will not lighten up in my own home.
No. No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Imagine having to change like your whole humor. I can't.
Yeah, no.
No, it's just like, but that's the thing.
breaker.
It's like I got to the point where I was like realizing that like I couldn't feel like myself, and I was making myself like smaller and smaller and smaller in our relationship. And like, I don't know, it just like made me uncomfortable. So I didn't want to go home.
Yeah.
And then I just stayed out partying a lot towards the end. And like at some point, like I've, like we talked about me being like a troublesome teenager. Like I did party a lot. And then I like calmed the F down for like,
You can curse here. You're in a safe space. You can say it. Fuck.
I actually calmed down for like a few years. And then like, I don't know, I feel like this started happening. And then I kind of got back into the whole like,
Well,
partying to avoid dealing with shit at home.
well, something that was really fascinating to me that you pointed out, in the midst of chaos, like when we were in the eye of the storm, if you will, of that summer.
Of my feral summer.
Of your very feral summer. I was like her feral number 2. And so we're like in the heaps of it. But at some point you said, I wasn't like this. And I didn't drink as much. I didn't do enough of this or I didn't. And what stood out to me was that this is how I met you. Like I didn't know
that's
calm
funny.
Panita.
Yeah.
Like I see her now and it's I can look at you and I'm like, oh, there's 2 different people. I met feral Panita and that was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. It was entertaining. It was fun. It was entertaining because I too was going through a lot at that time. So there was this not duality, but it was kind of
like
partners in crime.
connected,
Yeah.
in our like chaos moment in our lives. And I'm so grateful though, because like I don't know, I remember like at some point just like being like super sad and I would just like be able to text Jose and be like, Jose, can you meet me? And then like he would be like, give me 15.
Yeah.
And like I'm so appreciative of
same.
that. Like,
Finger
but
holding in the wind.
even though, that was like just ended up
It was
being,
chaos.
like 1 a.m. and we're like
it's great
drinking
to-
and like and then
It's
I would
great to meet someone under those like amplified circumstances and then maintain a friendship that is then like cool, calm, and collected. And be like, this is actually me.
Yeah. So
and
like,
still be on the same wavelength.
right.
so to see that in retrospect, like from beginning to this, it's obviously not the end, but it's so wild of how different you are. Like to see you in a calm state, it's just I'm happy, obviously extremely happy that you're in that state, but it was so vast. I don't think I've ever met anyone that was that night and day. Self-destructive for sure.
It just goes to show how relationships can have an influence on us and impact us even if it's not their fault. Like he didn't set out for you to have this like realization and then break up and then this whole other, like it wasn't his intention.
It's not like I got dumped or like I dumped him either.
Right.
Like it was our mutual decision to like
it was amicable.
Ish. We both decided it was like
yeah.
nobody like broke up with the other person.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And like I feel like the way that I was like acting out, you would have thought that like this person broke my heart or something.
Yeah.
Which like I was heartbroken actually because I really like even today, like, like even after everything that I've said, like I have a lot of love for him. I really like do wish him the best. We were just like not compatible.
Yeah.
But
you
like
lose yourself. And
I
then
was just
it's
lost.
no one's fault.
Exactly. Like
and then you have to recover from that.
I just like the only way that like I think the best way to describe like how I felt in that like feral summer was just lost. Like I didn't understand like who I was anymore. Like, I thought I had this like whole life planned out now. Like, cause when I did marry him, like I was like, oh, like I'm in love with this person. I did really actually genuinely want to spend my life with him.
Yeah.
So like then it didn't work out and I was like, fuck.
Yeah. And you said it at the beginning. You said it at the very beginning of all this when the feral summer is because you were catching up on time that you had lost. Part
of it was that for
part
sure.
Of it, for sure. But I can only imagine like having to figure that out also on top of being in a transitional point in your relationship. Like this, it feels like it's just stacked on top of. I had a friend who we were friends in our 20s and he was constantly in college and I wouldn't see him often, but when I would, it would be like the times, like, I don't know, holidays or whatever. Yeah. And we go out and he gets so fucking shit-faced. But because he was catching up on the times that he was too busy in school. I mean, that's the best parallel analogy I have in comparison to yours in that he was in this long-term relationship and as you said, mutually, it doesn't work out. You guys make that decision. Granted, it still hurts because there's still a relationship with someone that you spent half of your life with to a degree. And on top of that, you are emotionally vulnerable and you're still catching up on times that you didn't get to experience. So all of this is just stacking on top of each other. And was there ever, if you want to talk about it, you ever had a low point in that feral state where you felt like, what am I doing?
So many. Yeah, so many.
Because a lot of drinking, a lot of
bad choices. Just like bad choices. Like at some point, one of my like really good friends like actually like just sat me down because like at that time I had a car. I was like on my motorcycle as well a lot and like just like drunk driving.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Like at some point, my friend like pulled me over and she was just like, dude, like I love you, but like I have to stop hanging out with you if you keep doing this shit because like you are going to kill yourself.
Yeah. That's a
and
good friend.
like it's like I don't know how to live with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I think, but it took me, I think like so long to actually like get to the point where I'm like, okay, like this is not cool.
Yeah,
and I
enough is
remember, I think like the point where I was like at my lowest was like, I don't know, I found myself like calling this friend actually like crying at like 10 a.m. and I had stayed up all night, like, just like partying, debauchery. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like hurting people. No, it was a terrible time. And then that was when I was like, no, like I think I like just completely broke down. And weirdly enough, it was like the day that because like during this whole time, I moved out of my place because like it was mostly his house. Because, like he could afford it. And I was just like almost like paying rent, I feel like, because I was just like giving him what I could each month, which like I'm very grateful for. But also, that was not my place to keep staying at.
For sure.
And it was the summer when everyone was coming back from COVID. And so it was like that summer where like on social media, you would see like the open houses with like a line of like 100 people that I just like couldn't compete with.
Yeah.
And I was going into like I had an appointment to see an apartment that morning. And I was standing in front of the building like crying, like, and like my mascara was probably like all over my fucking face. And I was like, it's 10 in the morning and I'm like crying and I'm like smoking a cigarette outside this building. And then the guy like comes up to me and he like introduces himself and he's like, so are you here to see the apartment? And I was like,
I need it so bad.
It was just like so like sad. Anyway, surprisingly, fun fact.
And then you're like, I got better.
After like so many like failed like applications, that ended up being the apartment that I got.
Aw.
For myself.
The universe was like, you need a do-over.
Yeah, like the universe was like, okay, like you need this studio so badly here.
I swear, manifesting, if you manifest and add tears.
Add tears?
Add tears. If you manifest so deep and so hard that it makes you cry, that's the secret sauce.
I didn't know that.
I swear to God it is.
All right.
If you manifest so hard that it brings you to tears, you're so much closer to getting that manifestation. I swear.
To know.
You just have to be so desperate.
You have to be so fucking
desperate. I cry on the inside all the time.
The universe like pities you.
It's like, oh, they're there. We'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Just throw her a fucking bone.
So pathetic.
Or at a broken spot, as we just said.
Yeah, no, that was probably like just like my like low broken.
And then do you take a beat before you date again? Like, do you take a second to be like, let me get my life, or do you jump into dating?
So I feel like this is like a weird thing that like maybe it's just me, but like I'm one of those people, like I can't stay single that long or something, or I don't know what it is. Like I have a lot of friends who like they're either like perpetually single.
Stop staring at me. Wow, that wow.
That was not intentional. Oh my gosh.
Called out.
That was not intentional.
Yeah, well,
I was looking into the ether.
So I'm gonna cry manifest right now.
Oh my gosh.
Try manifest your mans.
But yes, perpetually single.
No, but like some people are just like perpetually single and some people are perpetually in a relationship. Like even if they like like have like, you know, like
Yeah.
periods like where they break up whatever for like
Yeah.
a month or two or whatever and have their like own feral summer, they would like go from like long relationship to long relationship to long
Yeah.
like monogamous relationships.
Yeah.
I feel like whether I like it or not, I'm kind of like that same person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I'm very grateful actually because dating,
Dating is
one of the
rough.
things actually like, so one of the things that I was like, so like after I got over the whole like kind of first part of like the breakup, because it was like I moved out and I didn't think that we were going to actually like get divorced. I just like needed space.
Like a break.
Yeah,
Separated.
exactly. So
Yeah.
like for the longest time I was in a break before we like came to this realization
Yeah.
that like, oh shit, I don't think we can save this. And it was a sad realization. Like it was
Yeah.
really sad. But
course.
once I kind of like got over that sadness and like that decision, I decided to download an dating app because I met this person when I was 21.
Right.
And when I met him, I also was coming out of a 3-year relationship or 2-year relationship. So
Wow. Back
like
to back.
yeah. So like I never got to like, I saw like all my
Experience
friends
the dating app
like, you know,
chaos.
because yes, exactly. Because like we were like helping like
Yeah.
my friends like set up their Hinge profiles or whatever.
Yep.
And I was like, ooh, like I'll have to live vicariously through you, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I still do, I guess, because I think I like the one dating app that I finally downloaded was Raya, weirdly.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got me on. You were my what is it? The
Like, referral.
All
Love
right.
that.
And I think
That's-
I was
have
on
not
it
been
for
on that
like
one.
It's not worth
like
it.
2
I've heard.
weeks, and it did not work out.
You were like,
I went
no.
on like one date with this guy, and it was just like I don't know. I don't think I was in like a ready,
Sure.
I guess like mindset to be dating, and like it
Yeah.
felt like he was looking for something
serious.
serious, and like he was such a nice guy. We had like a great time, but like I think he could see that I was like still like a hot mess, and
You're dealing with
like,
what you're just coming
I
out
think
of.
she's actually married now, so like
Good for him.
good for him. Yeah, like I think like it worked out because like I wouldn't have wanted to get married.
right.
Like you
No.
know, I was going through a divorce.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Oh,
where I
the
was
dating
going.
apps.
Yeah,
Oh,
the dating
jeez.
apps.
Brutal.
Okay, so
you,
that's what-
So you ended up dating after that.
So yeah, sorry. So
relatively soon.
So basically, I went on that one date. I like had this like very toxic relationship with somebody who's in a relationship. It was like terrible. And then I don't know, like that ended, like, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like, this was like when everything kind of like
You're like, I need a beat.
Starts to mellow out.
crashing
a little
down.
bit.
The
Oh, okay,
what?
crashing down.
Like just like
was like,
everything all
mellow down.
happened at once, like
Yeah.
of like everything all ended. It like was messed up, and then like out of nowhere, as I was like going through this like moment, I meet my current partner like through a friend. He was also going through a divorce, and I don't know.
Okay, so there's
it just
commonality there.
and I don't know, like I never like, and I had seen him around before, but I was too busy
Right.
In your chaos.
in my like
And
chaos.
that's just, like the universal timing. Like you won't even notice someone's in your orbit
Exactly.
until that timing is right. And then you're like, why did I not notice you before?
Right,
I love when
because,
that
like-
happens, though.
Because like I don't know, and then we were like we never really had a full conversation, but then like I remember the night that I actually hung out with him, like again like had a conversation that made it like worth
An impact,
remembering kind
an
of thing.
impact,
Yeah, exactly. It was like because my friend, I hope she doesn't hate me for saying this, but like my friend like drank too much and then she like disappeared, and then I just like kind of stayed hanging out with my
Right.
current partner, and I don't know, like it's always that in that time where like you're not looking for something
Correct.
Classic.
that like this like
You're
perfect
taking a
person
moment and then it just
like
happened.
came along, and like I don't know, like, and at first like I was the first person who like kissed him. I think I was the first person who made moves, and I don't know,
Cute.
like that night I was like whatever, like I'm tipsy, this guy is like cute, we're having a cute conversation, whatever, like it just felt like
Correct.
right
Yeah.
to like kiss him, but I was like whatever, it was just a kiss, and I think he was also like, oh, like she was probably just tipsy and like it was just a kiss.
Yeah. Super casual.
But then I don't know, I found myself being like, I kind of want to keep seeing this person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then that's how I like
So
kind
far,
of
so good.
and then that's how I ended up like dating somebody else, like
Yeah.
kind of like like
And I take it that
that
everything
point.
is very a line between the two of you in terms like I'm sure you can see the delineation between you and your ex and now you and your new partner and how
Yeah.
things are very different.
I mean, remember when I said that, like, oh, like we were bringing out the worst in each other with like my ex?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
so like in that relationship, I felt like I would do something toxic and then he would do like the same toxic thing back because like we had developed like a toxic way of being and communicating with each other. But with my current partner, like whenever, and especially in the beginning of a relationship, felt like I still had like remnants of like that kind of behavior that I like have since learned to like be like, oh, I have to change this because this is like toxic and like not good and not healthy and not cool. But I would like react the same way kind of and then expect him to like fight back. And he's the kind of person that's just like, nope.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm not playing this game. This is this is toxic and you're not being cool. Like, and I would like sit there and be like, oh shit, I think he's right.
Yeah.
He's so like emotionally mature and he's made me like such like a better person. Like I feel like I like myself so much more when I'm with him. And like he's just like, yeah, like
That's
I don't know,
the
like
impact you want from your partner.
like from
Your
like
better self.
meeting me when I was in like my lowest like broken point to like I don't know, just like now like I feel like I'm like healed and like a lot of it is because like he, you know, just like brought out the best in me and like actually felt like I like rediscovered some parts of myself that I like had lost.
Yeah.
Like for example, right? Like I feel like one of the things that I like kind of reclaimed was having guy friends.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So like I was like I used to be that girl that like I would have a hard time with like girl friendships and a lot of my really good friends were guys. But then like I would hang out with like my guy friends or whatever and just like thought that that was like normal at the beginning of my last relationship. And I think my ex was just like really insecure or like jealous or whatever. I don't like the word jealous, but like he would be like, why are you
defensive?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I remember like when we started dating, like I was like dealing with like papers and stuff as well. And then like I had to go back to France for a while and like I hadn't been back to France in a while actually. So I was actually like excited. And I think the first thing I did was call like one of my friends, like my really good friends who like at that time didn't live in Paris anymore. And I was like, yo, dude, like I'm in Paris. Like, you know, I was staying at my parents' apartment. Like they weren't there. So I was like, do you want to like come up for like a few days, just like stay at the apartment, whatever. And I like didn't think anything of it. Cause like, that's just my friend.
Yeah.
But he
And
thought something else.
I feel like and then my ex thought that it was like, he was like, why are you doing this? I don't know this person, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, is this inappropriate? I never thought so, but oh, okay. And then I felt like he kept having a comment with like every friend that guy friend that I had, even before I've had before I've met him.
Interesting.
Like he would be like, oh, by the way, like I don't know if you know this, but like this guy is totally in love with you or something. And I would be like, what? Like this guy I've known since I was like 15 and like nothing has ever happened.
Yeah.
And like they've been with their partner for like 10 years. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
That kind of sounds right because so you said at some point how most of your friends were like, I don't like this guy. Like this guy doesn't vibe well. This guy doesn't like he's a little off kilter a little bit. But it kind of circles back to that he just didn't trust your friends to begin with, right? At least that's the impression that you gave, right?
It definitely felt like that throughout the years. Like it just felt like every time that I was like hanging out with like any guy friend, like like it just felt like he didn't trust me, and then it made me feel uncomfortable to hang out with them, even though like I'd known these friends way before I met him. Like why, like you know, and I like felt like I changed myself again, like made myself smaller and changed myself to like accommodate this person's like insecurity.
For sure.
And then like this was like a light bulb moment for me because I like recently actually this year, and I had been like at this point with my current partner for like maybe like 2 years. And like I remember going on this job. I was in California. I like was in an Airbnb that was actually sharing with like an old guy friend of mine who like also like has a wife and like, you know, but I didn't even think twice about it. I was like, oh, let's like stay in the same like 2-bedroom Airbnb. And I realized that I forgot to tell my partner that I was staying in an Airbnb
With another man.
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know?
I know, it's like such a thing.
And I remember being on the phone with my partner and I was like, oh, like, sorry, you know, like my friend just got here. And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, I realized that in that moment that I had forgot to tell him that I was staying in an Airbnb with this guy, one. And then panic settled in because I was like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Fuck. But like he knew who he was. Like he knew that it was my friend.
Right.
And this man says, oh, well, say hi.
Yeah.
Have fun. And I was like,
Okay.
That's the normal
that's
response.
it.
Right.
And that made me feel like so like safe and like, I don't know, like it, yeah.
It's funny how that, it's embedded in you, and it's crazy when, I can't. It's hitting in such an emotional spot right now because I've been through that I can't even articulate into words. But when that does happen, it's such a weight lifted off your shoulders.
Right,
but
like having
almost-
trust.
Yeah.
Like having
It really is
trust.
everything.
And like not like this like weird like manipulative like behavior that comes out of like insecurity
For
is
sure.
like just it changes so much and you're able to like be who you are and also just like you feel so much more like at peace with your partner.
Yeah, and it's so impactful in the smallest of ways.
Yeah.
It's literally like have fun, be
Okay,
safe.
have fun.
Yeah,
Right.
But
Which to
it
me
makes
is
such a huge
normal
impact.
in like girl dating world where it's completely normal for like a woman I'm dating to be besties with her ex girl. Like that's so normal that it's like, okay, tell him I said hi, have fun, you know? And then, but obviously I've dated men who are like territorial and insecure. And it's like, oh, you're so annoying. Like, girls don't have this problem. Like, we're just, you know, it's
crazy.
infuriating. I mean, of course, girls can be jealous and insecure as well, but it's just
it's on a
what's
different
considered
spectrum.
normal in like heteronormative dating to like sapphic dating is so, it's mind blowing. I'm like, I can't.
It's
I
a
could not
lot.
deal with a
It
guy like
makes you
that.
not want to date. I mean,
Yeah.
I was gonna say as the only single person here, but no, you're single too. But you're single on another level. You're a lesbian single. I'm just a homosexual
Queer
single.
I just apparently.
Oh, right.
I will
right.
only date a guy in Japan. Apparently, it's the only guy I'm interested.
She's international fish. What can I say?
Every guy in America, I'm like, nope.
Weirdly enough, same.
But your whole your journey kind of reminds me of that saying that's like you can't, if you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody else? But but it's like I disagree because you can be at a very difficult point in your life and someone can love you through that. And like
right, which is kind of essentially what
support
you've
you
gone
through that
yeah.
and help you find your growth and help you get
heal.
back to where you want to be, help you heal. Yeah.
Which is great because I mean, I'm sure if we were to ask him, it wasn't like his intention. It was more like, no, that's just who I am and that's just our relationship. I wasn't trying to fix her. It was more like I was just being myself and we just connected on such a great level. I would assume that's what he would say. I mean, I love him, by the way.
No, but here's the other thing. Remember when I said like my friends didn't really like my ex? I felt like all of my friends love my partner
Green flag.
so much.
Massive green
The
flag.
biggest green flag.
Yeah.
Oh, your friends will tell you, man. Your friends will freaking tell you.
Dude, well, I wish my friends would have pulled me aside and been like, yo.
Yeah.
I didn't know you then. I would have.
No, but I mean, like,
yeah, you would have.
to give credit to my friends, though, that is an incredibly hard conversation to have.
Also,
so, like, I really don't.
Really committed when someone is like, has their blinders on for someone.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
But
them
then
that
also, I would.
They have to learn it for themselves.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true.
But also, it's also we're dealing with a marriage here. Like this isn't just a casual relation, even if it's the longest
it's a whole
relationship.
Marriage. I'm like, even I will be like, team stay together until it breaks because it's like you did the paperwork.
It's tough. I mean, I've had that.
Friends who have kids, I'm like, are you really gonna leave? Because like, there's a whole ass human. You know.
I mean, having dealt with that.
Yeah, I'm glad that we did not have kids when we.
That would have been messy.
Because then, yeah, I mean,
Because you
Yeah.
can't put kids in the back seat of a Porsche. It's only made for two seats.
you can't have a feral era. I mean, you
No.
can. It's
Yeah, find the right nanny.
frowned upon. But
Find the right nanny.
yes, and then you can have a
Then you
feral
can have
era.
all the feral, all the summers that you want. Just leave your kids with a nanny. Be responsible.
Oh
That's
man, Panita, thank you for sharing your relationship story with us.
Yeah, of course.
It's been so
Thank you
insightful.
for having me. I hope I did okay. This is my first podcast.
Oh my
you did
God.
Your
Me
voice is
too.
great. You look great. You did wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you
So much.
How do we
Well,
end this?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Thank you for watching. We put out new visual episodes every Friday right here on YouTube. And if you want to listen a week earlier, tune in every Tuesday on Spotify under 2 Most Wanted. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Or just watch one of our older videos. I suggest the one about kink because why not? It's Friday. It's your weekend. Do you? Yes, do it. Do it now. Thank you.